I heard they checking for me, no one checking on me, so I had to go run up a check. I got the message, homie, ain't no flexing on me. My attorney gon' call and collect. Blessings on blessings for me, my successes only made them envious, they got upset. I had to put all their egos in check. I want the money, the power, respect, and I heard you know so-and-so, you not a threat, cause I really know so-and-so, they like my family, so they go pretend that they cool till they bust at your motherfucking chest. I'm getting gutter, my flow been like butter, my check in the bank, they see the number. All of my haters feel one of two ways, really upset or they show some respect. I can't even think about it, I've been up, so read about it, no beat around it, straight to it, no ring around it. You coming for me, we'll see about it, we'll never see it when I get my feet up. 100 meters where I run the fee up, and go from king and nine, I'm on a pia. I had to re-up on a reel, so you stay the feeder, and put it back into the bit, cause I don't really need it. I heard they checking for me, no one checking on me, so I had to go run up a check. I got the message, homie, ain't no flexing on me, my attorney gon' call and collect. Blessings on blessings for me, my successes only made them envious, they got upset. I had to put all their egos in check. I had to put all their egos in check. You're not entitled to anything else. I get 10 years of this under my belt. Your art is an art, they don't feel it, and nobody hears it. Initiative stay on the shelf. Your ego done got in the way. It gotta die today. It gotta go. You should be happy I lighten the load. The weight of your arrogance, heavy as stone. I make an appearance, they already know. That chip on your shoulder gon' crumble and fold, yeah. It's not a secret that you have been fearing the shit that I'm on. So you back to the brag and the boast. But I'm in a class of my own. I heard they checking for me, no one checking on me, so I had to go run up a check.
Woo! Let's do it. It's Drone Brews, baby. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. Welcome to the greatest drone streaming show on the interwebs, at least at Wednesday nights at 9 p.m. Eastern. This is the best that you will get when it comes to live streaming content. And just as a standard reminder and disclaimer, you'll never find a single super chat train here. We don't do that shit. All this content is free. No corny ass jokes, only the facts and beer. Lots and lots of sweet, delectable beer. Welcome to Drone Brews. I'm your slightly intoxicated host, Original Dobo, and I'm going to be bringing in my co-host. I have a new intro for him. It's Eddie the Lips, but let me bring him in. Let me warm this up a little bit here. Ladies and gentlemen, it brings me great pleasure to introduce my co-host, Eduardo Nunez.
Before time began, there was Drone Brews.
Drone Brews. How are you? How are you doing that? That's amazing. That's amazing. Let me try, Eddie. Let me try. I'm gonna try a little hard tune here. Does that work, Eddie? Did that work? Did I hit the gender button?
Close enough.
Close enough. Okay. I love those buttons.
Yeah,
I love those buttons. Those buttons are great, Eddie.
It is. I never really leveraged them.
No, I've never leveraged them. I mean, it'd be great though. I wish I could do that, like on the phone with people. Really mess with, like my mom especially. I want to do that to her. Like she'll call me and be like, "Your son is dead," or that's dark. I don't want to do that.
Yeah,
I don't want to do that. But I would be like, "Give me all your money," and she'd be like, "I don't have any money."
Your son is in jail. I need you to wire me 10.
Yeah, no, she'd be like, "No, keep him there, keep him there." So, man, got a lot to talk about tonight. Tonight we were supposed to have Maxwell Lee. I hate saying that. I just call him Max. We're supposed to have Max from Alltel on the show, but That change of plans. He's not going to be on. Evan Rogers with the $9.99 super chat. Do I have a button for that, Eddie? I think so.
Oh man, let me try.
Wrong button. Wrong button.
Oh shit.
Yeah, cowbell, baby, cowbell. We need some
go.
cowbell. All right, we got cowbell. That's good. That's the super chat button. Cowbell. And then we may have another button. I don't know what they all do, but it's all things. So where was I going before that happened? Maxwell Lee was supposed to be on the show. He's going to be on next week, he said. They were waiting on firmware to release. The firmware isn't what they wanted it to be, so they'll come on at that point. We'll let them prepare that. I was hoping he would be on this week because I want to talk about some things I'll tell, obviously. So we're changing course. We're just going to talk about the Mavic 3 a little bit tonight. And we'll talk about some other things. We got the Skydio Plus in the house. So we're going to be talking about Skydio Plus. Yeah, I'm excited to fly that. So that's actually pretty cool. RM Photos, $1.99 super chat. Is that worth cowbell or should we press a different button?
Try a different one.
Oh, that I don't even know what half of these buttons do. We just press them and see what happens. So yeah, and we don't have a baby. No baby. The baby hasn't arrived yet. So much like Altel, my child has decided to delay itself another few days. See, I am an Altel fan. Even my kids are late.
That's a good one.
That is pretty good. You got a button for that shit?
Let me see.
All right, let's see. You got a button?
No.
We're talking about a kid. What is wrong with you, Eddie?
I just press the button.
Alex, thank you so much for the $10 super chat. He says, thanks, guys, for being raw and real. Glad to catch this before work. There's no better way to start work than with Drone Brews. Hopefully you're not drinking, but I sort of hope you are, especially, to lighten your workload. QC guys, $9.99 super chat. Thank you so much, Chris. Appreciate you, brother. I had a long conversation with Chris before the stream started. It's always good to talk to him.
Yeah, QC guys, he's a good guy.
He's a good guy. Super talented.
Very intelligent too about the drone industry.
Very, very methodical, and I think that's always a good thing. Let's go ahead and greet the chat, Eddie, because we got a lot of people in here, some new faces. We got Brett Snoke, Alec Pops, Maddie's Drone World, John Coopy, FSU Grado 3, Ray Kelly, Alex Holmquist, Leonard Oglesby, Brad Henderson, Matt Bagwell, Johnny Drone Flyer, Londonard, Reptilian Research Redux. Place it here. So we got Matt Henrik. That's the Air 2S Army out.
It's a new thing now.
I know. Air 2S Army is everywhere. They're all over. Rob W. Airworthy Tours, Fly High Wisconsin, and Lens Capture. I'm going to do something here. Lady. I want to do something here. First of all, there was an injustice earlier this week. On another stream, and I want justice for Tom. You want justice for Tom? Ladies and gentlemen, I want to, we're going to pause the chat here, a moment of silence we're going to give Tom a wrench. We're going to give Tom, throw wrenches down in the stream. You don't know Lens Capture online, but we're going to give Tom a much deserved wrench. Unfortunately, these are not universal wrenches. You can't use those outside or on other streams, but here Tom gets a wrench because it's deserved. Justice for Tom.
Respect. All about respect.
Wrenches for Tom. All about respect. Wrenches for Tom. Should have been done a long time ago. What a good night. What a great Wednesday.
Yeah.
Tom knows what we're talking about. Tom's laughing. He's dying. Yeah, he's like, I'm never going to be allowed back there again. They're never going to let me back. Look at all the different wrenches. I love all these wrenches.
I don't think he's going back. He doesn't want to go back.
You don't want to go back. You don't want to go. You don't want to go there, Tommy. So, Evan, I'm going to give you a wrench. Evan, you get a wrench. Bam. Bam. Another wrench. Fly High, Wisconsin.
Oh, Fly High came back. Look at him. He retired for 6 months.
Welcome to the Brew Crew. Welcome back to the Brew Crew. Eddie, with me. All together, Eddie.
Okay.
Come on. Dance with me, Eddie.
Let me try.
There you go. Eddie, your voice is delectable, Eddie. Oh God. All right, so let's. Oh, another one.
Oh man.
Oh, member for 18 months, B-Man. B-Man, and I got to tell you, B-Man has been his videos lately. He's gotten so good. His flow has gotten so amazing. It's it because I stopped for a little bit. Like I've been busy. I haven't been able to fly as frequently as he has. But damn, he's gotten damn good very fast.
Yeah, he has that nice flow, and Best Buy loves him.
Best Buy loves him.
Yeah,
Best Buy loves him. We're gonna add another moderator for tonight. All right. So let's let's talk about this Mavic 3, because man, I got to tell you, it was the funniest thing. You were tagging me in all these posts. What was funny was a lot of the hate and criticism I was receiving was not actually here on YouTube. It was in groups. It was the craziest darn thing. You were sending me all these screenshots of people talking about, the videos, talking about how it was clickbait and how I'm just doing it for views. And I'm like, I don't care. Like, I don't care about views. I got to the point where I think it was Saturday. I was on a shoot with a client and I got so frustrated. I ended up using the Evo Lite because I got so pissed off. The damn thing would not lock GPS for shit. I was standing around there for what felt like 5 minutes. I reboot it. Same thing. I would take off and it would show 9 satellites, but as soon as I got a little higher, it would go back down to 8, go up a little higher, go to 10, still in orange, still capping my altitude at 98 feet. I'm like, forget it. This is ridiculous. I landed that shit and I put it back in the bag and I said, that enough's enough. Like between the disconnections, the GPS, it was enough. The horizon tilt, like I can correct that. Like you can correct horizon tilt, but it's like, if we really break it down, like if we really, really, really think about it, I don't think on any drone in 2021, 2022, it's acceptable to have horizon tilt, and forget the cost. Just at any price point, it's just not acceptable, right?
Right.
But we're dealing with something that they're charging just for the unit, the airframe itself. It's what, $2,100 for the airframe itself. Like it's a lot of money when you really think about it. And then if you have extra batteries or you have the RC Pro like myself, it costs a lot of money. And like, I'm not doing it as like a hobby. I'm not just like casually flying. Like if it happens, oh, no big deal. Like if I can't fly, I then have to justify to a client why my equipment is not working. And sometimes they don't understand those things. Same thing with geofencing. Like when I get locked out of an area that I know I can fly, but the DJI is not allowing me to do it. Like it's a hard thing to explain. Hey, my equipment is telling me I can't fly. Like they don't understand that. So
Yeah.
it's annoying. I mean, you go through that. You're in New York. You know exactly what I'm talking about.
Absolutely.
So, I mean, it's stupid stuff.
I know, but you were getting a lot of heat, and it was interesting what you said, because it's not like your viewers, or it's not your viewers. You had like these Facebook groups were just attacking you, and I think what the point that they missed is that they didn't even watch the video, because
they didn't.
You addressed some serious points there. I think it is a huge risk for anybody right now to have those disconnect issues on a Mavic 3, where you're not receiving a GPS lock, where your GPS home point is resetting. I mean, if you just do a search on any forum or any Facebook group, the disconnects that are attached to flyaways, it's crazy. And like I said in the last stream, DJI, they are replacing these units. So
right, they know.
They're reviewing flight logs. They're seeing a problem, and they have yet to address it. And I'm surprised we haven't seen a firmware update, or who knows, we might even see. What do you think? Do you think we'll see like a massive recall on these drones?
I don't know if we'll see a recall. I think they're going to finally figure out what's going on with the firmware. They'll probably put and if let's say if it is hardware, right? Maybe they'll open an exchange where you can exchange it, or who knows? Maybe they don't say anything at all and they just say, well, we'll wait until the user has an issue and they bring it to us. And then when they send it in, we'll send them out a unit that's been refurbished. I don't know how they're going to approach this, because it's different than like an automotive recall, or it's different than like, something you have in your house that could be dangerous. These are not something that's in a house. These are not something that, essentially like it could potentially harm somebody immediately. But I mean, it could if it disconnected, it could if it flew away.
Correct.
I mean,
Yes.
luckily
I,
enough, we haven't seen those.
I was gonna mention that, thank God I'm not seeing any issues with mine now, but I have anxiety every time I take that drone up because I always ask myself, what if today's the day? What if I slam into a building and it drops on somebody's head? Like, the liability is on me.
Right. And that's the thing is like when you have equipment, like you're flying, like drones are such a unique piece of gear. Like it's not like a camera. Like you take your camera out and if your camera works, it works, right? But you're taking something, you're putting something in the air where it has the potential to fall out of the air or hit something. It's different when you don't trust that. And that's the thing is like I got to the point where I just don't have the confidence with that drone. And like they were talking about like their biggest thing that they threw around in the groups, they said it was clickbait. So the thumbnail, like my thumbnails, like I can create some pretty insane thumbnails, but I felt like it was pretty mild. It just said goodbye and me sort of waving to the drone. There was nothing clickbait about it. Like, and I mean, I didn't pussyfoot around with the video. I got right into the meat and potatoes. And the first thing I even stated was, I'm not going to sensationalize this video. I'm just going to give you the facts. I had 3 key points that I wanted to stress. That was my experience. The other thing that I said was, it was my experience. And I even said that you may not have an issue, but here's where I think consumers, where nothing gets taken care of is because, all right, you have a handful of people, they have maybe no issues. And they're like, yeah, mine's fine, mine's perfect. And they just don't give a shit that there's a handful of people that are having a problem. I'm not alone in these issues. There's a handful of people that are truly having a problem. What? Because your drone is working fine. The people that aren't working properly don't have a voice. They don't have a say. Like that's sort of fucked up. Like saying that there's an issue and talking about it makes DJI aware, and they start saying to themselves, well, shit, maybe there is a problem. Maybe we do need to take a second look at the firmware and figure out what's going on. And at worst case, ask for these units to be sent in for evaluation, expedited evaluation, which if they came to me and said, hey, we want to expedite the evaluation, we want to look at it, sure, I would send it in. I mean, I'm all about giving them every opportunity to make it right. I mean, that would be the 3rd unit that they have sent me of a Mavic 3. That would be my 3rd Mavic 3. Now, the first one is my fault because I lowered it down on a tree. That's my fault entirely. The second one had horizon tilt. And then now this one with the disconnects, and this was a replacement to the first one. So, I mean, I'll give them every opportunity to make it right, but I'm just like, I'm over it at this point because it's equipment that is sitting. It's equipment that's not making money. So why would, it's a tool to me. And if a tool's not working, it's no longer a good tool for me. So I just get rid of it.
Yeah. Yeah, I wouldn't fly that. I wouldn't even keep that drone if I was in your shoes.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I mean, and as I read through the comments, I noticed that a lot of people were having similar issues. Like they would say, hey, I have 2 out of 3 of the issues you describe. I have 1 out of the 3 issues, or I'm hitting 3 out of 3 of the issues you described. Like it's not like make believe. It's those are legitimate concerns, and it's upsetting. It's upsetting that it's happening because I really was super super excited. Um, I was super excited about it. Like when it first was announced, I watched that video and I was like, shit, I really want that drone. Well, Doug Bell with the $49.99 super chat. Thanks, Doug. Let's I think we got a special super chat. Eddie, which button do I press?
Top right if you haven't
Let's
pressed it.
say China.
Oh,
Oh,
that-
there we go.
that's a good one.
I pressed top right. I mean, it's just uncanny. It's just uncanny. Lon says he really wants people to stop buying the Mavic 3 until the drone is complete. I think that would be probably the most acceptable thing for them to do is like say, hey, let's just not sell it until we push out units. But they're not going to do that. They're in business to being business, and they're going to go with the greater margin of sales. And they're going to say, all right, we've sold 1,000, 1,500 units, which is probably more than that. They sold X number of units, and out of X number of units, we have maybe 50 or 60 people complaining about issues, right? So they're going to go with the percentages that they are having reported. But then there's people that just don't report it. They don't know any better, and they're just like, fuck it, it's fine. This is normal type of
Right.
experience. So they roll with it. I mean, I would love to see them push out firmware. And, rumor has it. I was told that there's supposed to be a firmware coming, late next week. I don't know how true that is. I don't know. Maybe I stick it out and wait before I put it up for sale. The other thing was people were like, how are you going to like sell that and feel okay about selling that with those issues? Well, these issues aren't like, it wasn't like I crashed it. These are issues with firmware or whatever. So, I mean, it could get ironed out. I just don't have the patience to sit around and wait for that. So, I mean, it's not like I'm like Danny DeVito and Matilda, selling used cars. I mean, if they buy the drone, chances are they're going to be like, well, hey, wait a second. You're that fucking asshole from YouTube. One of two things are going to happen. They're going to say, yeah, I'll buy it. Or two, we're going to get into a fight because they're going to be like, hey, I didn't like the way you replied to me. I mean, that could be one of two. That's usually what happens when something I sell gear is I walk away and they're like, hey, wait a second. I know who you are. And I'm like, fuck. Here we go. Here we go. So I don't know. It's one of two things.
Yeah, and if they buy it, they have every right to send it into DJI and deal with the process of, the
Right.
diagnostic and getting a
have to.
replacement. Exactly.
I don't have to do that. I don't have to. I mean, I don't have to do that. I mean, I could send it, let them deal with that. As long as I'm being truthful to the people, whoever buys it, I'll be truthful with them and I'll tell them, hey, these are the problems I'm having. And, it's still under warranty. DJI will still, honor the warranty. I'll give them the receipt, even if they want it, the receipt. But it's just the fact that I don't want to sit there and take the time. Like, it takes time to sit there and fill the shit out. And like, there's like thousands of plates spinning and I just don't have time to deal with warranties and shit. It's an inconvenience. Like, it really is an inconvenience.
Yeah. Roger in the chat says first Mavic 3 Cine disconnect issues. DJI replaced it and so far no problems with the two. Roger, I'm curious, did they give you a refurbished unit or did you receive a brand new unit? That's always the concern, is when you send in a product, especially a Cine package, right? $5,000. You don't want to get a refurbished unit. So just let us know.
I agree. I mean, would you want a refurbished unit if you paid $5,000 for something? Would you want a refurbished unit?
Absolutely not.
I have a problem with not getting the same unit back or like a repaired. Like, I want to know that the problem's fixed. How do you know that the problem doesn't exist on the new unit? Like, you don't know. Like, there's no way of knowing. And I mean, that goes for any manufacturer. I mean, you deal with the same thing through, Autel. You're going to deal with the same thing if you go with an Apple phone. I mean, the same things exist. I mean, I know anytime I've ever sent something into DJI, I've always gotten back like it's not a new unit, basically. Like, you can tell it's not a new unit.
Yeah.
Now, Crypto Man says his replacement was a refresh unit and it was boxed and sealed. So, I mean, I'm not sure if there's a difference with refresh units and warranty units. I know refresh may be a different scenario all the way around the board. So, I mean, maybe it pays to have refresh on something that expensive. Zach, thank you so much for the Canadian $10 super chat. Appreciate it, brother. It was fun hanging out with you in Vegas, man. Yeah, I mean, maybe it's okay to, pay for refresh. I mean, maybe this is one of the drones where I should have bought refresh just because you get that expedited, repair, you get that. But then again, you're paying to refresh one out. So it's like, do you really want to burn that refresh on a warranty?
No,
and
the prices on the refresh for the Mavic 3 is through the roof.
Now, I will say the unit that I had to send in, the Cine version that we sent in, they just sent the unit back. It wasn't a box new unit. It came in a gray box or, a gray box, but it was a single unit. It was not boxed up. So I don't know if it was new. My guess was at the time it had all the stickers on it. So maybe it was new. But we didn't have any horizon tilt with that unit. We haven't really flown that one much. So maybe what I'll do is I'll go to the shop tomorrow, bind that to the RC Pro, start flying that and see if that has the same connection issues, just to do apples to apples. And
you should try that out.
Compare, I'll compare the two. But I just think at, that the price point, I just I'm sorry. Like people think I get the units for free. I pay for, it costs me something. It comes out of our stock. It comes out of our price. Like we still pay for the units. We pay a cost. Our cost isn't retail, but we're paying cost. And like people think we make crazy margins on drones, but you're making like maybe 15% profit. Like you got like the minuscule markup. Like I maybe make $100 a unit. That's not a lot.
No.
On a Mavic Cine, we're making, I think, $125 a unit. Like that's not a lot. There's not a lot of profit in doing this. You get your money from the profit you get from Care Refresh. You get like a share split. So that's where profit comes from as a distributor, but you don't make any money on the actual units, which I think is sort of shitty.
And accessories, I'm sure.
Yeah, accessories, there is a good markup on accessories, but not the physical unit itself. Like there's a very it's funny how the manufacturers retain all that profit. Like they retain all of that, which I get because they have a lot of research and engineering, and then they have their marketing. So if you really break it down, you have you just have Doug, man, with the $49.99 super chat. Thanks, man. What the hell, dude?
Oh, you got the button there.
That's for Doug Bell. I don't know. Just trying to get caught up on some of the. I had a very early first run as I ordered it within an hour. Taken on Thursday morning. I'm glad I have not had any issues with it. And you know what? There's a lot of people that won't have issues. Maybe they don't have issues, but when you fly something daily, like you fly a product daily, just like I drive my truck daily. I had a brand new 2021 Jeep Wrangler, and I had basically the fuel system torpedoed itself at 14,000 miles. Not even 8 months. I mean, it can happen, but if you use something enough, you use something, I guess, daily, you're going to find that there could be problems, and things will tend to rear themselves to the head a little bit quicker than somebody who flies, periodically. Yeah, periodically. I think that's when you start to notice the issues. And maybe that's something that, that should have been stressed to the testers, the early adopters of this drone. But again, like, I feel like, you got a few of them that are willing to say that there's issues that have gotten the drones for free. But at the end of the day, like me personally, I take what influencers say with a grain of salt, because they get the products for free. And it's like, there's an unconscious bias there. There's an unconscious bias to say something nice because you're working with a brand, a rather large brand. So they're unconsciously going to have bias towards that brand. So I'm learning, just like, even with cameras, any gear, I'm just like, sort of like, I'll have to try it, or I'll rent the camera, or I'll rent something. I wish you can rent drones. That would be great. If you can rent something and try it out and figure out if it works for you, that'd be amazing. But nobody will do that because obviously the risk factor. But I mean, I don't know.
Adorama here in New York does that. You can rent drones from them. They have a whole drone.
Adorama?
Yeah, locally though. You have to be local.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's tough, man. Johnson City Aerial says I usually shoot 3 to 4 day. Yeah, dude, I'm shooting probably 6 to 7 houses per day. And when I'm sitting there waiting for GPS, and like the aerial shit is like I don't just do aerials. Like I'm interior, I'm video, like do it all. Like the aerial aspect of it is like 10% of my business. Like honestly, I could remove drones from the equation and still make as much money shooting real estate photography without a fucking drone, because that's how little of an importance a drone actually is to the business. Like it's just like, it's the cherry on top in certain equations, but it's not essential. It's not essential. You think it's essential, but it's not essential. Like my agents, they could give a fuck less if I fired up a drone or not. It's just more or less property outlines, beach views. That's it. Like that's all I do. And for video, it just gives me a transition to get into the house when I'm doing video. That's the only reason why I do it. But it's not It's not like the everything. So, I mean, I could take it out, but I mean, I've been using the Evo Light past 2 days, 3 days. I've not had any problems with that. I've taken that on several shoots. It's nice to not have to deal with unlocks.
Yeah, I
I
bet.
mean, that's to me I think I like not dealing with unlocks.
Yeah.
If I could have a drone that was permanently unlocked, like my Air 2S, that thing's amazing because it's permanently unlocked. I mean, that thing's absolutely phenomenal. And then I'll have to sit there and constantly unlock shit as I'm going on a shoot. I can just take it out of the car, get it down, get it up, get it, and just be on my merry way. It sucks having to sit there and one with the RC Pro, you got to now connect to the internet. You got to connect to your phone
Hmm.
so you can do the unlock. And if you try to do that unlock before you're connected to internet, you got to restart the whole process again, which sucks.
Yeah, it's
Now,
terrible.
now you can pre-plan, like you can go ahead and pre-plan those unlocks. Like you can scout out the area, do the unlock before you go fly. But it's like a lot of times when I'm doing shoots, agents don't call me until like sometimes that morning or the day before. I don't have time to sit there and pre-plan unlocks and double check on area. Usually I'll just look and see where it's at and if we can fly. If it's like if I can get a loft authorizations, if I can get LANC authorizations, then I worry about the unlock. So, and what's nice is sometimes, you fly an area multiple times, it remembers those unlocks.
Oh, that's
So, I
cool.
mean, and that's actually pretty great.
Yeah. I wonder if you can do a blanket unlock because the pre-plan unlocks that you do on the website,
Yeah.
you can do it for 4 months, 4 months time.
Yeah. And maybe, if I decide to keep it, I'll probably just go through and just like unlock my most common areas that I usually get hung up on. Like I have a couple of developments that I fly regularly. Maybe I just say, okay, I know I'm going to shoot houses in here at least 3 to 4 times a week. Let me just go ahead and unlock these locations because yes, I know I can get at least 200 foot in authorization, and it's just going to save me a lot of hassle. I'll load that into the RC Pro, and then Bob's your uncle. I don't have to deal with it. I mean, um, I just do the unlocks ahead of time because I've done that for like Tampa. I've done the
Yeah,
unlock, so I never have to deal with that again. But it is a pain in the ass when you go somewhere new or you're doing something on the fly. It's a pain in the ass.
it is. And the
I
RC
mean,
Pro doesn't make it easy. It's easier to do on the phone or an iPad that has
yeah,
cellular.
yeah. I like and that's one of the things is like I kept my standard controller because I find it is easier to do my unlocks like when I need to do those authorizations on a phone than it is the RC Pro. The
Yeah.
RC Pro, the smart controller was very clunky to do them. Like
Yeah,
so I would get
I
hung
had
up a lot.
I know I had a problem where I enter my phone number, but then I couldn't tab over to the next field to enter the code. Like
Yeah.
it wouldn't let me jump over, and it was just always a battle.
Yeah, that was a pain in the ass to deal with that. But I mean, I don't know. I'm gonna wait and see what this next firmware is. I'm like, I've got a lot of pressure to wait and see. Like talking to several people close to DJI, they've said to wait until like next week, like that there will be firmware early next week that should rectify a vast majority of my concerns. So if it does, I would be pretty happy. I'd be pretty happy because as far as image quality goes, I think the image quality on the Mavic 3 is like leaps and bounds better than anything else right now in the market. Even like the D log is amazing. Like it's harder to work with, but it's
Yeah,
amazing.
yeah, it is. Once you know how to grade that flat color profile, that
Yeah.
gamma, it's a beauty. And the Mavic 3 also does an incredible job, I think, just standard color profile.
Yeah. I think and
It's
you
really
can
good.
bring the highlights back actually quite a bit in the Hasselblad color. But here's what they need to bring to this next update, and it's got to come to the Fly app. We need a LUT preview for D-Log. They need to give us a preview because sometimes I overexpose like by like a stop and a half, and it's almost too much depending on where you're metering. And I keep my zebras on. I have the zebras on so I can really tell where areas are overexposed. But like sometimes it's just not right. Like I look at it, I find it almost best almost not to overexpose the D log than it is to overexpose it. But I feel like if they give us a preview LUT, that would make me like happier than hell just to have a preview LUT. It really would.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, I just because when I was in Hawaii, the director kept looking over my shoulder and he's like, "Is there any way to like turn on a preview so I can see what it would look like graded?" And I'm like, "No, there's no way." So what I would have to do is I would switch over to the Hasselblad color so he can sort of see it. But then I had to change the exposure. So I was going from, let's say, 400 ISO back down to 100 ISO, and then I would switch back. So it was like, I mean, I guess hindsight, I would have connected like a Ninja Atomos so he could have had a preview.
Yeah, I was gonna mention that.
I would have
That's
did that.
that's what people are doing that I know that
Yeah.
need that preview lights there. But that's a hassle
It
just
is
to
a
set
hassle.
up and carry with and all that other stuff.
But I used to do that with the smart controller. I had an adapter and I had a secondary screen because I felt like that screen wasn't bright enough. But now I have the port keys BM5, and this thing is like 2200 nits, 2200 nits of brightness, and it's super light. And I feel like I'm probably gonna make a bracket for it just because I just I don't feel like buying one. Make a bracket and I'm gonna make it to where it will hold that monitor onto that RC Pro, so that way I can at least preview it. If they don't include a preview LUT, include a preview LUT, and what would be better is if they include a preview LUT where we can import our own LUTs.
That would be sick.
Right? Like
Yeah,
give us a preview LUT where we can import our own LUTs, not just a default. But
yeah.
I mean, I'm not going to be like too beggy. I mean, I'll take whatever they'll give at this point.
That's 2022 innovation right there. If they can figure that out.
I mean, they can because I mean, cameras have it. Panasonic has it. Sony has it where you can do preview LUTs. You know, like you can import LUTs from a Dropbox link into your phone app. So I mean, they got to be able to figure that out. You would think, anyways, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I
And
don't know.
what about 4K 120? We don't have that yet. Is that something you're looking forward to, or you don't really care about that?
4K 120.
Yeah. Isn't it?
No, they have 4K 120, but it's S and Q, which means it's already slowing it down in camera.
We have 4K 120 now.
Yeah, 4K 120 is there, but it slows it down. Like it films at
Uh,
120 frames per
I see what you're
second,
saying.
and then it
Yeah.
slows it down to either I think 24 frames per second or 30 frames per second. So it's 120, but S and Q, which basically it's on the fly slowing it down. It's already slowed down instead of filming at 120. I never found that the one that mode on the Mavic 3 looked all that good. It looked very like I don't know, mushy.
Yeah.
It just didn't look good. I don't film that.
I gotta check that out.
I mean, I don't like what are you going to film really in the air at 120 frames per second though? I mean, I guess there's some things like maybe a dirt bike or something like that. Like that would be a good reason.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I don't think I personally would film at 120 or
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't even film like camera wise. I don't film at 120. Like I don't know.
No,
I don't find the use of
that
that.
scope is very limited. There's not a lot of things you can shoot at 120.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, we'll see. We'll see. I'm gonna be hopeful, but I swear to Christ though, if the update does not fix the problems, I'm gonna give them one more chance. I'm gonna give them another chance. I'll send it in and see if I end up with a version 2, like you said. Like, because you swear up and down that there's a
It's like,
version 2 drone. You swear up and down
yeah,
that there's a version 2. So
not
I'm not gonna refute that there is because I don't know. We're not on that end of things, you know?
right. Not the version 1.3 that Lon has. You got to get the version 2. There's a difference.
Version 1.3.
Yeah, there's a difference.
I mean, I'll I'll give it a shot. I'll see what they do. Like I'll say this, like, because I know people are like, oh, you hate DJI. No, I don't. Like, because they've always like I feel like they've anytime I've ever sent something into them, I've always had good customer service experience with them. Like I've never really had a bad experience. I had a Phantom go down into a lake, and I'm 90% sure it was my fault. It was Christmas Day, and literally they sent me out a brand new one like 4 days later. Like 4 days later, after sending them the logs and a supervisor looking over everything, they sent me another one out. And I was like, holy shit, I can't believe like never happened. So I mean, I've had good experiences with them.
Yeah,
But in the same token, I don't want a refurbished unit. Like if I at all possible, I would like a new unit or whatever they consider revised units, whatever they consider revised, because it could be a possibility that there's a batch of these units that have, chipsets from a different manufacturer, right? It's not unfathomable to think that DJI said, all right, we're going to grab suppliers from this end, this end, this end, just to be able to fulfill orders. And maybe not all the chips are created equally. And that could be some of the deficiencies we're seeing in some of the experiences that people are having, right? As a justification. A justification, that is what I would say to that.
Now, if the firmware solves your issue, or you go through the DJI process and you get a good unit,
yeah,
I need you to make a video.
Okay.
With a sick thumbnail and say, I kept my Mavic 3. Oh my God.
We would trigger the masses. We would trigger. I could just see the headlines now in the groups. Dobo's a cocksucker and son of a bitch. Blah, 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 blah. This prick, he clickbaited us. Blah, 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 blah. I could just see it now. Like, clickbait would be me making a video about a Mavic 3. You click on the video and it's a video about like an Autel. It's a video about FPV or something. That would be me clickbaiting you, you dumb fuck. I mean, what is the point of making a video? What is the point of being somebody who creates a video? Do we create these videos for them not to be consumed? Do we go out and do I wake up and say, let me grab my camera and I want to make a video that nobody fucking watches. I want to make a video that nobody fucking watches, right? If I wanted to do that, I would sit in my shower naked, crying back and forth like Ace Ventura from the first movie. I mean, that's what I do after he found out about Ray Finkel. I mean, that's what I would do. But we create these videos for them to be successful. So wouldn't it be behooving of me to do all the right things when I create a video? I use the right SEO. I use creative titles. I use good thumbnails. I made a video that had good audio and I uploaded it in 8K. That was overkill. But I mean, fuck you if you think that's clickbait. I mean, fuck you if you think that's clickbait. Being good at what you do. We create content. And that content is either enjoyed or hate it. And most of the times in the groups, it's hate it. I have a run-in war with India right now. People in India, they don't like me. They don't like me. They hate me. Australia, big win in Australia. I love fucking Australia. I'll go to Australia any day. I don't care. It's the most dangerous place on earth. And everything could kill you, like Hawaii. But I will go to Australia. I love the people. They are my people.
And your Canadian friends have kind of calmed down a bit.
Mm-hmm.
For a while, you had Canada.
Yeah, Canada. I had Canada in our uproar. I had them in an uproar. I mean, they were fucking twisted on me. I mean, they were twisted. Canadians wanted me dead for a while. Yeah. They were like praying like an avalanche or something, like a snowvalanche or a sandalanche. They wanted me dead. Canadians wanted me dead.
You can't make this shit up.
I'm not. No, we can't. And you see it all. You see it all. Brett Snook says Aborigines. Yeah, sure. All of them. All the Australians. All of them. All the things. Yeah, that was that. Yeah, the Canadian whole shit show. That was a sick deal. Yeah, I mean, if I'm not pissing people off, I mean, wrong idea of clickbait. Clickbait is a title that is triggering enough people to click, but the actual story isn't so triggering. Now, that's not clickbait. Clickbait is like me, giving you a title and the video not being about the initial subject. There's actually a YouTuber that did a whole thing about what clickbait actually is. He did a whole deep dive. It's an amazing video, but I mean,
yeah, Casey Neistat was notorious for that.
Oh yeah, Casey Neistat was notorious for a clickbait, a clickbait title. But I mean, what we're there to make content. But I mean, like when I say I'm going to sell the fucking thing, it'll probably happen if this firmware. If the only reason I'm even considering it is because a good friend of mine, Barry, reached out to me and he's like, you need to just wait. He goes, I know you're pissed. He goes, I see how pissed you are. He called me yesterday. He's like talking me off of a ledge. And he's like, I know you're pissed, but you just need to relax, breathe. He goes, wait until next week. He goes, I can't tell you everything. He goes, but just wait until next week. He goes, and let's see if you have a change of heart. He goes, I'd hate to see you sell it, take a loss on it, and then they push out the firmware, and then presto changeo, all of your issues go away. He's like, just hang on to it. So I'll do that, because as of right now, what did I tell you I was going to sell it for? I was thinking like 27 or $2,600
With the RC Pro, right?
with the RC Pro, like $2,600.
It's cheap. That's a steal. I'm gonna buy it.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'll buy it.
you'll buy it for that price.
Oh yeah, with the RC Pro. And then I'll sell it in New York in layaway. I'll do a layaway plan for my New York pilots.
You'll do a layaway plan.
A layaway plan. That's how they buy drones over here in New York.
They just put them on layaway?
Yeah, they put them on layaway. $10 a month, baby.
Really?
Or buy them during the holiday season.
We don't have that shit. We don't have layaway here. Florida is afraid of the Florida men. Like Florida men, they'll just take that shit and pawn it, dude. They don't care. They don't care. We'll pawn that shit.
Invincible Storms know what I'm talking about. Layaway, baby.
Layaway. That's a foreign term. Floridians, we don't got the layaway down here, dude. We don't got that. They don't trust us down here. They're like, yo, if you buy something on layaway, it's gone. Forget it. See ya. Florida man, they don't do it.
But I think in Florida back in the days, you can rent rims for your vehicle. Like when
we had a rent and roll
thing, right? Yeah,
we had a rent and roll, dude.
So you
had the bling bling.
You guys got similar. The rims, and we have the drones.
Yeah. I mean, hey, whatever we had to do to get the fresh set of wheels on the car, we were about back in the day, man. But Eddie over here running a pawn shop for drones, I'm pretty sure. Eddie's got a pawn shop for drones and shit. They got layaway in Mexico still. Holy shit, that's crazy. Recovery drone said, I just rolled through, dropped a couple of stacks, and be out with the M3. that man, he, what do you think? We think we'll take a poll. We could do a poll, Eddie. I didn't say it. So should I wait? We'll see what the audience says.
I say the audience is gonna say no. The majority is gonna say no.
You think?
Yeah.
Let's see, I'm gonna post this poll. It's just simple. Here we go. So up at the very top of the stream, you'll see in the chat there, it says, should I wait for the M3 firmware? It's just a yes or no. It's a yes or no. That's it. So it's in there. I don't know how you.
I see it. I clicked.
Oh, wow. There it is. So we got 79% so far for yes, though. 79%. 21% says no. And then 2 people want me to buy a V-copter. Is that even an option? How are we getting a V-copter in there? I'm seeing a V-copter. Fly High wants me to buy the V-copter. Fly High, I'm going to meet up with Fly High when he comes to Florida. I'm going to drive out. He's going to Bike Week. I'm going to meet up with him.
Oh, that's cool.
Eminem Tech makes a good point. There's no risk. There's no risk in waiting. There's no risk in waiting, and I don't lose anything, because let's say if I still am not satisfied, then I can sell it, and then I feel better about selling it, knowing that maybe there's not as many issues. Is that a fair assessment?
It is. And again, I would love to see you make a new video. And
you know what's going to happen. You know what's going to happen. People are going to lose their mind, and it's not on YouTube. People on YouTube, there's no emotion like in a comment. Like when somebody comments on YouTube, it's either, it's a pretty straight to the point comment, but on Facebook, like you have people basically pounding on their keyboards, screaming, and you can take videos and stuff, and then you get the DMs. Like that's the best, when people start DMing me and shit from like Facebook groups. Like that's the best. That's the best. Like when you deeply, what did I say to that one guy? I got him. And they shut the comment section down right when I said that. What did I say, Eddie?
Let's see. Do I still have it? I think I have it.
What did I say? I gotta take my shoes off. I'm gonna stay a little bit. I'm taking my shoes off.
I don't know, but that shit was hilarious.
I said something to this guy. That was why they shut that whole comment thread down. That's why I got banned from the original Mavic. I got banned and reinstated twice out of that group. Thank you, Barry and Nick, for reinstating me. I inquired 4 infractions in less than 30 minutes time.
Okay, you ready?
Yeah. What did it say?
Should I include the name or omit the name?
No, just omit the name.
All right. You clearly are a special kind. I laugh reading comments like this because at the end of the day, the difference between you and I actually fly my shit while you are playing armchair quarterback. P.S. Tell your wife I say hi. Yep, certified scumbag. Hashtag worth it.
Yep, that's what got me banned right there. If I didn't say anything about his wife, like say hi to his wife, I probably wouldn't have got banned. But they immediately shut that down and they banned me from the group. And I was like, what the hell did I say? And then they were like, well, you can't say hi to his wife. I said, well, maybe I know his wife and I'm just saying hello. And I did add a disclaimer, hashtag scumbag.
Yeah.
It was fine. It was very worth it though. Very worth it though. I made no big secret of it. I don't like groups though. I think groups are the worst place for information. They start out like a teddy bear. They start out soft and wonderful and everybody's happy and willing to help. And then what happens is as that group gets popular, they let more people into the group. Then you get more opinions and people start getting on edge and they start getting upset and they have differences of opinions. And then sometimes there's politics that come in and then there's talks of COVID and this other shit. And then next thing you know, everybody's fighting and the group is turned into a complete cesspool of shit. So I don't like groups.
Yeah.
I don't like groups. Shut them down. No groups. I don't like the groups. I mean,
It's all for the community.
There is some groups that aren't like that. There are some groups, but the big groups I don't do.
We have a small group over here called LOS Line of Sight.
Yeah.
It includes my brother, the brother version of Casey Neistat, Invisible Storm. And by the way, huge shout out to Invisible Storm because he's taking people under his wings here in New York and he's showing them how to edit and he's doing such an amazing job. I really mean that.
He's a good guy. He is an amazing guy.
Yeah.
Amazing guy. Can't say enough good things about Anthony. So good people. See, image quality of the 3. Yeah, the image quality is very good. I did admit to the image quality. We talked all about the image quality. I did where was it? I'm trying to remember. I did a video recently. I posted on Facebook. I thought the video was really quite good with the Mavic 3 matching with the Panasonic. I had the colors matched up almost perfectly with Vlog. So, I mean, yeah.
The Mavic 3 has potential. I think it's
it does.
I think it'll solve itself.
I hope it works itself out. You know, maybe in like 6 months from now, we're just like, this is like a blip, a speed bump in the road, maybe. Maybe not. I don't know. We got, it seems like it's like firmware issues aren't just indigenous to DJI. It's Autel. It's everybody. It's everybody. They all are having issues when it comes to getting firmware correct. Hell, I started updating my Nano. So the Nano drone, the Autel Nano Plus, I updated it yesterday or the day before yesterday. I bricked it. It bricked.
Wow.
While updating, it bricked. It was in like this boot loop. And I tried and tried and tried. Finally, I was able to get it to finally complete the update. And I was like, all right, yes, it's updated. Go flying and freaking the battery updates. You have to do the battery updates. And the battery updates take 15 to 20 minutes each time. What's the matter, Eddie?
I'm reading One Vision aerials. Paul moved his mic.
No way.
Not to derail it, but I gotta give kudos. We gotta recognize the chat because we totally derailed that stream. Totally derailed it. Did he move it? You're gonna make me look.
No. I'm gonna do something totally different. We're gonna do something. We're gonna do something so stupid. We're gonna fuck them up again.
Oh,
ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna fuck his stream up again. We're gonna fuck him up. So let's analyze this stream here, Eddie.
Oh shit.
So this is Paul's stream. Paul has cleverly moved his mic. Notice how Kyle has no mic, Eddie.
Yeah.
Kyle has no mic.
He wants nothing to do with this.
He wants nothing to do with this. But I do like what Paul has done with his live stream because what he's done is he's fixed his white balance and he's like shooting at a new angle, and he's got a key light behind him, sort of giving him like a little hair light. The green and blue is, it's a nice mixture for him. It's a nice mixture. I mean, I want to see him eat this mic again. It's 9:53. We got 7 minutes. So what you're going to do right here, guys, we're going to give you a link to this stream. Now, maybe we make this a weekly tradition. If he's going to keep streaming as I'm streaming, we're just going to keep fucking this up. So you're going to go into this stream here, and you're going to ask Mike or Paul to eat the mic. I think Paul is frozen. He's frozen. I just want you to type "eat the mic" and just keep dropping mics in his chat. Just keep dropping mics in his chat. Just keep spamming his chat. I'm gonna do it here. We're gonna do it here. Eat the mic. I'll start it off. There we go. Eat the mic. Eat the mic. Eat the mic.
Oh my God.
Oh shit. I'm gonna get a phone call. I got a phone call last week after this live stream, and he was less than thrilled. He was less than thrilled.
Really?
Oh my God. Oh my God. Here we go. Kyle's getting this uncomfortable look on his face again.
Yeah, Kyle's gonna.
Oh my God. Look at the spam. Look at the chat. How many people are in this chat? How many people are in his chat now? Oh my God. This chat's going crazy.
34 right now with 5 likes.
Oh, we got to get him up to 100 people, and they're easy. Just spam his chat. Just keep going. Eat the mic. Eat the mic, Paul.
People are putting "suck it." Just suck it.
Lick it. Lick the mic, Paul.
Oh my God.
I think this is the equivalent of a Twitch raid.
It is.
This is how you rate a stream right here. You just rate a stream. Kyle is
turning red. He's
totally
red.
derailing. No one gives a fuck about the Canon R5C and buy Sony A7S III. We want to see you eat that fucking mic, Paul.
Oh my God.
Oh shit. He is turning red.
Yeah.
I promise you. He is turning. Kyle's like, I can't deal with this. I'm done. Look at this shit. He just shook his head. He just shook his head.
I know. He's like, this is gonna ruin my professional brand.
Yeah, his brand. They're done. Oh, he's pissed.
That's hilarious. I love doing
funny.
this.
I love doing that shit to him,
one of
dude.
the best things you've done.
Like
a long time.
I thought that was a text message from him. Look at it. It's still going too, though. It's Sony rules. Eat the mic. Somebody said.
He went from 3 people watching to 44.
44 people. All we're doing is helping you. We're helping you, Paul.
Your watch hours, Paul. He's waving.
I'm coming from a place of love, Paul. Coming from a place of love. I want to boost you. I want to raise you up there, Paul. There's just so many mics in his chat.
Yeah. It's hilarious. They're still going to. Oh my goodness.
Oh shit, that's funny.
Says he's talking shit, saying you guys are giving them spam.
Spam.
Paul will never talk shit.
Paul don't talk shit.
Paul is a nice guy.
Paul's a nice guy. He's a wonderful guy. He's a wonderful gentleman. Ken's a bad influence. That may be true. But you know what? Eddie is. Oh my God, Daily Min is just slamming him with mics, dude. It's just,
yeah.
Oh yeah. I'm gonna have to turn this off now. I can't even watch it.
Oh my! Somebody put blame Ken for all this shit.
Oh shit! I think Kyle just unfollowed me on Twitter.
Oh, I think he's mad. I think Paul is mad. He said, I know, Matthew. It's all good. Oh, he's mad.
Is he mad?
Yeah. What time? We got to go back later on and replay from this point on. And
we'll have to go back. So let's. I said it was 9:53. You know what, Daily Mint? Don't ever question why you're doing something. It's all in good fun. It's all in good fun. So it's fine. It's fine. There's 45 there. Yeah, they're so pissed. They're so pissed. Is he pissed? Do you think he's angry?
I think he's angry.
Listen, but if you think about it like this, he'll be okay. He'll be okay. He needs the view. Like if he wants to monetize a channel, he needs that view. I just got a text that says that Paul guy is mad. He said you're spamming him. I don't care.
He just called you a Ken fanboy. Oh, he's definitely mad. He's mad. He's mad.
Oh, is he mad?
He's mad. Yeah. Well, I can definitely introduce him to another YouTuber who live streams with 5 people on Sunday around 5 p.m. And
Who's
you
that?
can't joke on that chat either.
Oh yeah, you can't joke on that chat.
You can't.
He'll
joke
be fine.
on-
He'll be fine. He'll be fine. He'll be fine. I'll get a text tomorrow. I'll be like, you know what, man? I really don't appreciate you spamming my chat. We're okay. We're okay. God, that just
funny. Lon
that
he can vent to his wife while he rubs her feet tonight.
oh shit, fucking Lon, dude. Oh, all right. We'll have another drink. We'll have another one. It's 9:59. We still don't have a baby. So FBI videography. Oh, FBI videography.
That's a nice name.
It's a nice name. Exactly. If you can't take a joke, come on. You can't take yourself too serious. I mean, come on. It's all in good fun. How about that dumbass Eddie flying over the Bengals game?
Yes. Yes.
So I saw a post from Drone DJ, Drone XL, that now the FAA has launched a formal investigation into the person who was flying over the Bengals game. Now, if you haven't saw that video, wow, that's an insane video, Eddie.
Yeah, it's insane because he flew very low, very low. Like, I just wonder, where was he positioned? Right? He had to be like within the parking lot, very close. You couldn't have, he couldn't be far, because the minute that you would have went over the stadium and then down into the stands, you would have lost signal. You would have.
He had to be just on the outside of the stadium. Like, he had to be close enough. And see, I'm going to share it like this, because if I share it like this is fine. But shit. 2 kids. You look at this, like, look at that. He's in the freaking stadium. How do they not pause the game? Kevin Wells, thank you so much for the $7 super chat. Truly appreciate you, my friend. How do they not pause the game is what I don't understand. Like, he's like literally, I mean, he's nobody's even really paying attention. Well, actually, if you look back here, some of the sideline people are like looking at it like, hey, what's going on? But the refs aren't concerned with it or anything. Now, is that just because that's the Bengals that they don't care? Do they not care because it's just the Bengals?
Yeah.
Maybe it's because it's just the Bengals. But this guy's fucked. Like, in all definitions, he is fucked. Like, he is like, this right here, $20,000 fine, a minimum of a $20,000 fine. That's a civil penalty. But then there's also a criminal penalty flying into a TFR. So, you know, and like, he's got 680 subscribers. He's been uploading videos. Some of the videos have his face in there. And if you have like brick by brick productions or anything like that, it's not going to be too long before they figure out who you are. They're going to figure out who you are. And I mean, look at this shit. How did nobody, that's I don't understand this.
That's low.
Like, look at this. And like, even the fans, like, he is in the stadium. This is like, look at this idiot.
The fans are waving too.
The fans are waving. He almost hits a cable at one point. Like, I forgot what part it is, but I think it was like right over here, like right about here. There's a cable for that, for the cable cam.
Right.
He almost hits the cable. I don't know how he didn't hit the cables. I mean, he has like obviously the best luck ever. Like, I don't understand it. I almost don't understand it.
Yeah, that's
unbelievable.
That's crazy.
Absolutely unbelievable. Like, this guy is so screwed right now. You know, they're going to find him. They'll find him. And like, see, he's heading this way, which makes me believe he's like over in this parking lot or maybe on a side street here, which is crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. Some of the fans are giving the drone a finger, they said. I believe it. I mean, I would too. I mean, it was just completely irresponsible. And like, he turned the comments off. But in the comments, people were asking him if he did the flight legally, and he said no. Like there's screenshots of him telling people no, that he just learns the rules as he goes, which is insane. How's that video not been taken down yet? Well, it's not technically, like, as far as YouTube's concerned, like nobody was hurt, nobody was injured. They don't care that violations, FAA violations, were being broken. They don't care about that. They're not going to take a video down because of that. I mean, if anything, what's going to happen is YouTube may be subpoenaed for an IP address for them to be able to locate this individual if they already don't know. My guess is they'll probably figure it out, pretty quick. Well, Brett, here's the thing. Brett says shit like this is going to make it harder for all of us. I don't think so. And here's why I don't think so, because 90% of those comments were pilots saying, you're a fucking idiot, basically. 90% of that were basically telling people, like people telling him that he's an idiot. So in the eyes of the FAA, if you think about it like this, education is working. Yes, this is one person that did something stupid, but the education about TFRs, about drone regulations and proper flight, it's working, right? It's working because there was so many comments of people saying, dude, this is not cool. You shouldn't be doing this. You shouldn't be doing this. So I think in their eyes, they look at it like, it could be a win for them as far as education goes. So that's, I mean, like glass half full, right? Glass half full.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
now on the flip side of this, they could say, well, this is why remote ID is so important. But they haven't even really talked about that in a long time. But I think they're going to look at it and say, wow, there was such a community outpouring against this that the vast majority, like if you have 50,000 people that don't approve of the video against the one person that did it, the odds are in the favor of the people who don't agree with it and don't do that. Now, I mean, there's a lot of videos that have popped up recently this week that I've just been, wow. Like you showed me that video for the Skydio. I don't know how many people have seen that video, but there's a video out of Mexico where this Skydio is flying. And I mean, it's not in our country. I get it. It's not in our country, but these idiots are using the Skydio in like the worst possible way. The worst possible way. Like, I mean, the Skydio video, I think that was probably the worst Skydio video I've ever seen.
Yeah, that could have turned out pretty ugly. I mean, thankfully for the technology of Skydio, it did well. But even Skydio was really upset about that video. They commented.
Skydio was pissed. Let me see if I can find that video. Do you remember what that it was titled? My Skydio trespassed.
I'm just gonna search Skydio Mexico. Let me see.
Train station. I mean, it was some stupid video. I wonder if he turned his comments off on that.
Oh, if you just type Skydio Mexico, is the third video.
Yeah. Okay, so let's share this one. We'll just keep doing this tonight. We'll talk about this because this was another one. This is a video out of Mexico. So these are guys that ride bikes, and I'm sort of mad you can't see dislikes because it's got 472 likes, but I would love to know the dislike ratio. And like people are just lighting them up. Even Skydio says that this video appears to use Skydio's product in a manner that's contrary to their safety guidelines. I mean, let's just like take a look at this. So he's flying this thing like on the streets, like not very high. You have buses, you have cables, you have cars, you have moving vehicles. This thing gets stuck. So this is the Skydio stuck in the train station. Like, look at this. It's stuck. Look at the Skydio. I mean, this is a drone flying around the train station somewhere in Mexico. How the hell has this got, like, one, nobody gives a shit. Like, this guy's sort of like, what's up, bro? What's up, bro? Like, nobody cares. Nobody gives a shit that this drone is just flying around. Like, they're just like, this is normal. This is normal. Drones fly around the train station all the time. Like, and they find it. There it is, just hovering there. And the police are there like, hey, put down your weapons. The police don't know what's going on there, and they don't care. They're actually probably pretty cool. They're just like, hey, yeah, take it away. This guy, I don't know. This is the guy, the owner of the channel. But yeah. Like, don't, 2 times he
Recording.
said don't record. So
Yeah.
then you think that's it. You think that's it. Like, don't do it. And like, look, they're actually like, they think this is the coolest shit in the world.
Yeah.
No ticket, nothing. So then they're like, here's a good idea. Let's head back out. Now that's not the Skydio. That's not the Skydio either. But this is the Skydio again. Look at this shit. What the
Crazy.
right here, right here.
Oh,
Right here.
my
Right
God.
there. Right there. It should have been dead. It should have been dead. But here the Skydio is still going, which I mean, this is crazy. This is crazy to see this. Like in all honesty, this is absolutely batshit nuts. The drone laws are different in Mexico, so we can't judge them for that. That's a very good point, Tristan. But this is just absolutely insane to see. I mean, this thing performs so well in this environment, but right here almost takes out this lady. Look at this. Whoa! Almost cleans her clock. She didn't even know what was coming. I mean, this is absolutely freaking nuts. That right there over the bridge was insane. But then they go on this overpass here, and this is what's crazy. The Skydio right now is trying to analyze the road, trying to figure out, do I go over or under? Like, do I go over or under?
It goes
And
under.
and it goes under.
Yeah.
It goes under. Like, this is insane. Like, and these guys are crazy as shit too. Like, they're driving around this roads. Look at this. I mean, Mexico got no lines. I mean, I don't know. I thought that video was absolutely nuts. Crazy irresponsible. Crazy. Like, but again, it's in Mexico, so it's like their laws. This is all new to them. Who knows if they have anybody that really enforces this type of behavior? They probably don't. They probably have no idea about that. But I mean,
Well, I
crazy.
was in Riviera Maya in 2019, 2018, 2019, and I was flying my Mavic Pro Platinum at the time in a resort at the beach, and those fuckers called the cops on me in Mexico.
Really?
Because I was
Really?
flying my drone. Yeah.
Yeah. It's weird. It's in certain cities, they're like really crazy about it, but then sometimes I think that was Juarez, which they're pretty lax with certain things there. And Juarez, but then like you go somewhere else, like the resort beaches, they're like, no.
Yeah.
Anywhere close to the US border, they're really goofy about drones because they don't want anything going over the border. But I mean that's an insane video. But like the guy who runs that channel, super arrogant about it. Like, I mean, I get it, it's crazy, but I mean, you could have cracked I guess what's it matter? It's fucking Mexico, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I just can't believe it made it through those cables. That was nuts, though.
That's crazy.
That was nuts.
Impressive. It's impressive.
I mean,
In the wrong way, but it's impressive.
that went right through the cables, and it's just, I mean, that was luck. That wasn't Skydio's technology. I think that was luck. I really do.
And it was at a good speed too. It wasn't like
It was cooking.
miles per hour. Like, it's moving. Yeah.
I've seen the Skydio hit cables at slower speeds. I mean, it's hard to see those, and it's a contrasty situation. I've seen the Skydio hit things at a slower speed, but I think it was the funniest shit though, is seeing that lady's face as the Skydio buzzes like 2 feet above her. I mean, it was pretty funny.
Yeah.
I mean,
That was hilarious.
Tristan says that legit a military checkpoint in Baja, Mexico. They were like, oh, cool, I want to see. Yeah, and I think some places they are, but then it's sort of like in some places, do you really want to bring out expensive technology out there? I mean, now you become a target at that point, I think, to a lot of people. Like, I don't know. I'm weird with stuff like that because I'm thinking, shit, I don't want to get the drone confiscated. And when you're at the mercy of another country, you don't want to play that. Now, to their defense, they did have locals with them when they were flying. So he was fine. He had locals. He's like, whatever, it's fine. But yeah, that's impressive as shit. Brad Henderson brings up a good point. The Skydio 2 plus the antennas would have clipped those cables. That's actually true because those antennas do stick up quite a bit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that is a good point. So I don't know. That's just insane. The cartel now wants Skydios. Wouldn't shock me. Absolutely, wouldn't shock me. But I mean, that's insane. That's insane. I mean, crazy. Brad Henderson asked if I saw Johnny FPV's video that he did from Las Vegas for the Pro Bowl. I did. I saw that. I watched that. I was absolutely in awe. That was just an outstanding video. Johnny's an amazing pilot, and whoever's editing his videos, whoever edited that video for the Pro Bowl, did an amazing job connecting the shots using the transitions that Johnny created. I mean, that video is just absolutely insane. Absolutely insane. So if he crashes a drone, you think Skydio will honor the care? Absolutely not. They'll look at those logs and they would be like, nope, nope. You use that in a way that because I think it records, it's got memory cache. Like, so if it crashes, it can see what it hit beforehand, if I'm not mistaken. I think it has like an onboard storage so they can see what it's crashed in. I could be wrong about that, but I've heard other people's claims get denied when it crashed into something because they looked at the cached memory. I'm not 100% sure of that. So, no, I don't think Johnny edits the videos. I'm 90% sure Johnny didn't edit that. That was edited by somebody that was an NFL commercial. He didn't edit that. He shot it. He shot it, no doubt, but I don't think he edited that. That was edited from somebody from the NFL because there was just too much other things going on with that. No way that he edited that. I mean, not doubting that he can edit, but I'm just saying that particular clip, most of the time when they fly these routes, they're not editing the videos. They're sending that out to an editor. I mean, he's working for production companies. He's just going to give them the SD card. They're going to probably give him an edited product that he can share, but they're not going to actually edit it.
I agree.
Let's see. Ruiz Rodriguez says, Canada, we are bigger geographically than the U.S. and have 1/10 of the population. So we can probably pull that off here just due to the Karen population ratio here. It's a good point. You probably could. But I mean, is it really worth it? Like, what could you do with that? Because the thing about videos are like when you get a cool video like that and you post that, the problem is it goes everywhere. So whether you have Karens in Canada or you have Karens here, like people are going to see that. And if it's something like so crazily illegal, like people are just going to pounce on you. Like what's ironic is like when I watch FPV videos, like if you watch FPV videos and the type of flights that people fly with FPV, like freestyle around buildings and stuff, nobody says shit about those flights. But if somebody like from a GPS realm would see that, they'd be like, oh my God, that's so illegal. That's so wrong. You're diving down buildings. But it's normal for people in that genre, in that space. But when you step out of that space and you go somewhere else, then it's like, I don't know. It's different, I guess, but it's just not worth the negative attention, I don't think. I would just try to avoid that negative attention at all costs. I mean, it's no fun to have the FAA call you. I mean, it's really not. Like I had 4 calls this year, and luckily enough, each time they called, it was silly things, and like I could easily justify each scenario, but it took time. Like by the 4th time, I was getting really frustrated with it. And I was like, come on, are you fucking kidding me? Like seriously, these videos are 6 months ago, 7 months ago. But that's how backlogged they are. So when the FAA calls you, a lot of times it's for something you may have done like 6 months ago. But trust me, if you were going to get fined, they're going to find you quicker if you're getting fined. Like they'll find you within a month or 30 days, not 6 months. So if they call you 6 months later, you do a video, and if they're calling you, you're never getting fined. You're never, it's never a negative thing anyways. But that's just that. All right, that's going to do it. We had quite the show tonight. We went 17 minutes over. We've managed to piss off Paul and Kyle for a second week straight. I think he's angry. He's really angry.
I think you're gonna hear from him.
You think I'm gonna hear from him? You think he's gonna unfriend me?
Yeah, I think so.
You think so?
Yeah. And if he
I come from a place of love.
And if he doesn't, then we do it one more time next week.
I don't know, dude. Like I feel like maybe we do it with Max on the show. Like we have Max and we explain to Max what we're doing. And like, but I blame it on Max. Like Max made me do it. And Max will be typing into eat the mic. You think we do that? You think he would do? I don't know. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, I hope, well, mostly just gentlemen and gentlemen. And do we have that? There's no females in here tonight, is there? It's mostly guys. It's just a sausage fest. We got to work on that female audience, Eddie. How do we do that? I guess it starts by me not yelling or cursing at the lady from the DGI group.
Yeah.
I didn't like what she said to me though.
Oh,
even
no.
though she's nice, I just don't like. I don't like feeling like I'm in school. Like I don't like. I feel like I want to play Twisted Sister. We're not going to take it. Little D. Snyder. Rose left early, so Rose was our one, and then I think there was one more. I don't know. Maybe I could be wrong. Do the show shirtless. No, I want them to come to the show. I don't want them to leave the show. Daily Mint says he's going to stream the same time. Good. Don't forget us binaries. Okay. How does that work? Is there a guide to that? I don't even know how to touch on that.
No, me neither.
I don't even know. I don't even know.
The poll. He said Eddie was wrong on the poll response. What did the poll say? Should I wait? No, I was right.
No, I was right. You said stay. 69%, 68% say to stay, and that's 209 votes. So out of 209 votes, people have telling me to wait until the latest firmware before we do that. So I'll go ahead and I'll end the poll. So that's the poll. So 68% and 31% no. And so you know what's going to happen is when this stream ends, like when this stream ends, like people are going to be like, what bar is open? What bar is open? It's closing time at Dobo's show, but maybe there's another show that's not closing, and then they go there. It's like a bar. It's bar hopping. Yeah. And then what's going to happen is Paul's going to blame me. And listen, I'm not telling you to go over there and ask him to eat the mic. I mean, maybe you just say, hey, and you just type in like what you would super chat. Like, so if he had enough viewers consistently to receive super chats, you would type in the dollar amount that you would actually super chat him, but you're not super chatting him, but you're typing in the dollar amount that you would feel that he should receive if it was a real show. Like I would go over there and I would say $5, good job. But you're not getting any money because it's you need the viewers to view your content for you to be able to monetize eventually.
He's back at four people.
So there's 4 people watching right now, and that's all I was trying to do. That's all. I was coming from a place of love. You know what? You go over there and you congratulate him for getting his 107. Last week, Paul was excited because he got his 107. He went and took the class. He passed with a 96%. Paul got his 107, passed with a 96%. So I'll tell you what, congratulate Paul for getting a 96% on his 107. Let's raid one more stream. We're going to raid one more stream. It's my friend Adam. It's his birthday. It's my friend Adam's birthday. Tech Odyssey. It's his birthday. So this stream here, my friend Adam, it's his birthday. He's the guy on the left. Go tell Adam happy birthday. Because it's he's I think he's 36 or 37. I don't know.
38.
I'm going to wish. Is he 38?
38. That's his thumbnail, 38. He's
I see him looking. Hey, I'm gonna super chat him. What's a good amount for? He's 38. Can I'll super chat him $20 now. I want to make love.
He's confused. He's so confused. He got so many people saying happy birthday. He's like, where are these people coming from?
It won't let me. Okay, it won't let me say I want to make sweet love. Okay, I love you. How about that? Can I say that? Yeah. Oh fuck! There's my credit card. I gotta. That's gonna be on there. Yeah. So we just sent him a $20 super chat.
Yeah, he's so confused right now. He's like, where are these people coming from? Derailed his stream. Yeah. So he's confused. Yeah.
Jason don't even know what's going on right now. He's so broken. He's so confused right now. So that's Adam's birthday. And my credit card's out there. God bless it anyways. Look at all these people saying happy birthday. He doesn't know what's happening. He doesn't know what's happening. Oh, somebody hit him. Hit him with another one. Good for him.
Yeah.
I like Adam. He's a good guy. He makes great content. I love his content. I love he's, you know, he could just like put out a video, like he's like a robot. He just puts out videos day after day after day. I don't know how he does it. So, all right. All right. Well, I guess that's going to be that. What a great show tonight. What a great show.
Really good show.
We rated 2 streams. I would super chat Paul just for getting his 107, but I can't even super chat him. I'm just trying to help him. Bill and zip code 34608. If you can figure out the rest of the card, take whatever you can get. That's all I can say. Fuck me. I should have thought about that. What else was on that? Was there anything? All right. I guess that's going to do it for tonight, guys. I will see everybody next week. Eddie, I will see you.
See you next week.
I'll see you next week, dude. Adios.
Later.
I'll just get out my head and focus on what I know's coming. Yeah. Cause I can't fall asleep at night without seeing my dreams. Delusionary reality, I'm somewhere in between. These voices in my head get loud and they keep telling me that I'm.
First name and last name.
Pardon? Can you spell it out for me, please?
So you want the first and last name?
Yes.
All right, so it's my first name is Greg, Greg.
All right, that's perfect. Your last name, sir?
Do you really need the last name?
Yes.
Okay, it's
She hanged up on me. Oh man, I'm live? I'm not live. I can't be live. Let me see. Fuji lens. Fuji lenses make great cup holders.
You're Satan. Fuji lenses are life. Fuji is life, you piece of crap.
I'll just get out my head and focus on what I know's coming. Yeah. Cause I can't fall asleep at night without seeing my dreams. Delusionary reality, I'm somewhere in between. These voices in my head get loud and they keep telling me that I'm a fool for trusting in these wings. But maybe, baby, this will fly.